Women now regret not choosing the nice guy.
There is a male loneliness epidemic going on, and I am proud to be contributing to it.
I messaged a guy that I did not talk to for like 8 years.
Listen, babe, high-value women don't ask men out. They learn how to get men to ask them out.
Women now regret not choosing the nice guy. So you had a lot of women who said that they didn't need no man. They could do it all on their own. They could do bad all on their own. And now they're childless, single, miserable, and trying to hit up the nice guy that they said they didn't want. Watch it in this video to really understand why women now regret not choosing the nice guy, the implications that it's having for women and their futures, and where this is going to leave both women and men going forward. Today's video comes from the Cosmic Verse channel. You can find a link to their channel in the description of the video. And of course, before we begin, remember to protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Click the link in the description to get started and support the channel. Now let's just go ahead and jump right into the video.
I don't think just being a good man is enough.
You could be the most incredible guy in the world, and it still will never be enough.
They say if you go to Home Depot, you find your boyfriend. Prospect number 1. Nope. Nope. Cutie dog. Bathroom break. Nope. Nope. He's so tall. Could have used his height to get the soil, but it's fine. I got this.
I didn't find him. Saw a lie, but I did find some.
That's just amazing. Imagine having a group of men walking around Victoria's Secret recording women trying to find a wife. They would have said,
"Could we cancel him for that?"
Man, you should never have to say, "Oops, sorry, I put it in the wrong hole." First of all, there is no wrong hole. Second of all, put it back.
What did you say?
I messaged a guy that I did not talk to for like 8 years. Literally like hooked up with him like 8 years ago. And I randomly thought about him. Like, you know, like when you're single at like 28, you start thinking about, oh, maybe from the past, like this is a good guy.
Yeah, guys, I've been going through some personal struggles lately. Just the sadness and the pain. It's like, I can't even relax anymore because it's just all around me. It's everything. You know, I remember I told you guys I was sick for many years, and this chick just basically, you know, oh, I love you, I love you. When I got sick, she completely just threw me away. And after 4 years and being on my deathbed, she just hits me up out of nowhere. You know, like, keep in mind, she had hit me up before, and I just basically ignored her. But then she basically calls me from like a strange number because she knows that I would not accept calls from her number, and she knows I'm not responding to her. So she calls me from a strange number, and she's like, "I love you," and I just immediately hang the phone up on her. And when I told you guys about the situation, I got some of the worst, most horrible responses from some of you. And it's not that you didn't understand, nor is it that you didn't care. The biggest problem is that many of you could relate. And that just crushed me. You guys can say, well, that shouldn't crush you angry. That should make you feel like, well, you know, you're not alone. No, not when you receive these kinds of comments. You don't want to hear these kinds of comments. Oh, 4 years. Listen to me. Try 10 years. Oh, yeah, I could do you one better. You know, she hit me up like it's been, you know, I haven't heard from her since 2004. All right, so that's 20 years. I'm like, oh God. Oh, 20 years. I'll do you one better. This woman hit me up for the first time since 1998. And that's when you're just 1998. 1998. Oh God. Women have been doing this for decades. You know, now they're basically celebrating because they didn't even know what the term was that, you know, to describe what they were doing to men. Foodie calls. This whole notion of take a woman out on the date and maybe you might get lucky. Women basically took it and they ran with it. And they've been taking advantage of men in every possible way. There is no one more hated in Western society. There's nothing more hated in Western society than the male, specifically the heterosexual male. Men are hated. Heterosexual men are hated more than cockroaches. That is the honest to goodness truth. And Sims cannot control themselves. They're called simps for a reason. They will never stop. They won't stop. You have the simp pastor I've shown you videos of a couple of times who are telling men they should not try to understand women, nor should they be nor should they be looking for attractive women. Your mother was an attractive woman. If you are a single man or a college student, then you are a selfish man. You should not be looking for an attractive woman. You should be looking for a woman whom you can provide value to and who you could submit to and obey and sacrifice for. That's because that's your purpose as a man, and that is what will cement your legacy. This is the real stuff that these idiots are saying. And then you look at what's happening in the UK right now, where they basically said that extreme cases of misogyny will now be treated as terrorism. Terrorism is treason, which means that they can now incarcerate you indefinitely, strip you of your human rights, monitor you for any given reason under the guise of misogyny. Oh, you said something on social media. Oh, you said something over a game. They don't have to, guys. They don't have to make it. They can say whatever it is, and it doesn't have to be a woman who says this. It could be a member of law enforcement. It could be anyone. They can now use this as any reason to strip you of your human rights and basically control, alt, delete you, because terrorism is treason, and that is one of the few things that could lead to you being control, alt, deleted. And this is something that will now be enforced against both men and boys. Men and boys. You just have to realize how far women have gone in their desire and their pursuit to destroy us. If there was a radical women's leader, I don't want to use the word, and she basically named Andrea Dorquin or something like that, and she basically had a philosophy that she had a belief that the male population, her name was Andrea Dorquin. Yeah, I can't pronounce it, but I know it's a Dworkin, and she believed that the male population needed to be reduced down to about 10% of its current size, so it would become more manageable by women. This is a woman who had been spreading these beliefs beginning in 1974, and it spanned the course of 30 years. Okay? 30 years. Her writings began in 1974, spanning 30 years, and she was a radical of her time, and it's just crazy. And 9 of her books were nonfiction. She wrote a lot of books. I don't know, guys. It was just insane. It was absolutely insane. And this is where we are right now. They're talking about society is more dangerous than ever for women. It's like, I saw a video recently where a woman was basically sitting down at like a coffee shop enjoying her coffee. 2 women walked up, stole her backpack, and she basically chased them down and tackled one of them to get her backpack back. And they started talking about similar events that are happening to women and blah blah blah, and somehow they related the whole thing to men. Like, what, men? But when we don't even do these things, when we're not even present, when it's women who are creating problems for other women, or women who are targeting other women, men are blamed for it because they say that men are the ones who create this cycle and this environment where such behavior can foster. So when women commit crimes, men are also blamed for the crimes that women commit. This is just how to show you how sick our society is today. And then simps, of course, back them up. As I told you, simps are agents of the state. Jordan Peterson, he's wrong about a lot of things, but he is right about the simps. He said that this is how they survive. All right? And simps are very low value men. And the way they basically figure it is that by me going down this path, it gives me access to to spaces that women occupy. It gives me access to women who hate men, who will be in a relationship with me because I also hate men, and I will spread their belief and validate their beliefs, and that toxic and also toxic messaging. And in return, I will gain access to women. And not only will I gain access to women, but I may gain access to resources that are available for women in spaces created for women. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you, it's all about virtue signaling. They basically say that they will operate as agents of the state, and not only that, by operating as agents of the state itself will also provide opportunities to reward them. All right, because these men will also operate as slave catchers. They will turn around, they will snitch on other men, and they will be rewarded. They will get cash incentives for doing this. Okay, this is insane stuff, but it's the reality we now live in. And so it's no shocker that you have women who now regret not choosing the nice guy who they basically, ghosted or put in the friend zone and used, and now the guy is like, you know what, forget it, I'm gone. And then when the guy is gone, they start screeching and hollering. It's a sad reality. It's a sad and sick reality. And this is only going to lead to more women who are childless, single, alone, and struggling for survival, because women were not designed to live without a husband. So it's going to lead to a lot of increasing hardships for women. And men are just basically going to say, we don't care. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter for my personal thoughts, insights, and a free copy of my ebook, The Blueprint for Escaping the Rat Race. Click the link in the description to get your free copy. And also, subscribe to the Angry Guy Clips channel, where we post shorter videos and video responses, and also the Angry Guy Live channel, where we live stream. Both channels are linked in the description. What do you guys think regarding all of this? Women now regret not choosing the nice guy. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA Men walking away. And cheers.